Hey everyone, I'm Scott Jenkins, senior editor at Chemical Engineering Magazine, and I'm here with my fellow senior editor, Mary Page Bailey. We're here for the Chemical Engineering monthly editorial roundup, where we highlight some of the content that will appear in the next issue of the magazine and also on our website, www.chemengonline.com. So to start off the video, I just wanted to point out our two feature reports for the September issue. First, our cover story is about valves that are used in processes that require high purity, such as those in food and beverage and pharmaceutical industries. And this article focuses on the key features of the various types of sanitary valves, as well as their materials of construction. And the article also provides some information on the selection and specification of sanitary valves. So that's our cover story for September. And the other feature report that you'll find in the September issue is about demineralization of water that it's used in steam generation systems. So this article focuses on water softening with ion exchange resins as well as reverse osmosis membranes. The article makes the case that conscientious attention to water treatment systems can really have a tremendous impact on the reliability of these steam generation systems. So hopefully you can go check those two out. Another topic that has come up repeatedly in recent years has been decarbonization. And so I'm going to hand it over to Mary because Mary, you wrote a news story on decarbonization in the steel industry. So can you tell us a little about it?
Yeah, thanks, Scott. So, this news article, as Scott said, looks at decarbonizing the steel industry. So, as many of our audience may know, the steel making industry is categorized as one of the most hard to abate industries when it comes to CO2 emissions. And so that may seem like a massive challenge to look at technologies that can actually be feasible for decarbonizing steel. But in reality, because of the wide breadth of the supply chain that is touched by the steelmaking industry, some of the what seem to be maybe smaller decarbonization impacts from a local standpoint can have cascading impacts throughout the entire global supply chain for all the different industry sectors that use steel and all the different processing technologies that are required for getting steel to in the state that you want to use it in different applications. So the main avenues for steel decarbonization that this article looks at is the use of hydrogen as a low carbon fuel, the use of alternative furnace and heating technologies that can benefit from things like electrification and the use of renewables. And then some different schemes for carbon capture and carbon recycling that can help with minimizing CO2 emissions from steelmaking. And then also a really fascinating look at better utilizing waste materials from steelmaking. A lot of steelmaking results in a lot of scrap and like little steel chips and so the article talks about ways that those can be used economically and also kind of close the loop to reduce waste and reduce like logistics for hauling off waste and disposal. So those sorts of things seem like small steps, but they can have a pretty big impact from a decarbonization standpoint when you start looking at scope 3 emissions. So read the article to learn more and see about some of the projects that are tackling some of these technologies and challenges.
Nice. Yeah, I think scope 3 emissions stuff is going to continue to be a focus going forward. So sounds like a good one. As readers of chemical engineering may know, we try to have some solids related content, solids related material in every issue. And the September issue, we do have something. We have a really excellent article about air classification of powdered materials as a way to control particle size distributions in solids handling processes. So it's written by two solids handling researchers from the Wolfson Center for Bulk Solids Technology in the UK at the University of Greenwich. So it's a really good article, so worth checking out if you're interested in solids at all. So aside from our features, our solids article, our news front, There's also a bunch of other stuff in the issue, our commentator department, and also our business news. So, Mary, do you want to talk a little bit about those things?
Yeah, so we have monthly business news that's covered in our magazine, and constantly on our website, we have new articles posted every single day coming from around the industry about business news announcements. So definitely check out our homepage to never miss a story. They're all out there, and we have a number of newsletters that kind of run down those news articles and different business news topics as well, whether it be related to just mergers and acquisitions, economics, different decarbonization topics, things like that. But what I really want to focus on today are a couple of commentator articles that cover breakthrough, really novel technologies. So there are a couple in this issue that actually have to do with water, and so I thought it was interesting to tie these together. So the first one I'm going to highlight is from a company called InPipe Energy. And so they've patented what they call a first-of-its-kind energy recovery system. That's essentially like a micro-sized hydroelectric power system that you can kind of build into a pipeline bypass on municipal and industrial water pipelines. And so that can kind of take advantage of excess pressure buildup in the pipes and use that to generate power that then can be transferred over to a control panel and either sent to the grid or used on site. So that's a pretty novel way to look at just a asset that you just have, the water pipelines, to be able to get a little bit more out of those with these micro hydropower systems. So another one that I wanted to highlight is from a company called Cetos Water. They're from New York, and they have developed a process called temperature swing solvent extraction. So it uses a specialized solvent that enables the treatment of hypersaline brines, so brines that are just extremely just lots of salts, lots of minerals. Normally these types of things have to be treated with very specialized anti-corrosion material equipment, things like that. So this technology enables a kind of an easier way to get fresh water from hypersaline brines. So definitely check that out. And then the final one is a topic that comes up month after month after month, and that is PFAS mitigation, the forever chemicals. So this one covers a technology that was developed at the Colorado School of Mines and is now commercially licensed by a company called Aquaga. And so what this technology does is it's called hypothermal alkaline technology, HALT. So it fully defluorinates PFAS and results in just a mineral byproduct. So there's really no residual fluorinated compounds that have to be mitigated downstream of the initial treatment process. So that's pretty interesting. We've seen a lot of different approaches for treating PFAS, so definitely check this one out. It's pretty interesting. So that's all on Commentator this month.
Cool. Yeah, the commentator always has a lot of really interesting stuff to learn about there. So thanks. Before we sign off on the video, I just wanted to mention that there's 2 upcoming webinars that Chemical Engineering is hosting. One is on September 23rd, where the topic is process intensification strategies for biofuels production. That's going to be presented by DataCore. So a speaker from DataCore, who's an expert in biofuels, will be talking on that webinar. The other one is actually the following day, September 24th. And on that one, the presenter is going to be AspenTech, and they're going to be talking about streamlining process modeling. So we encourage everyone, if you're interested in either of those or both of those, to go to www.chemengeonline.com/webinars, and you can click on the register button and sign up to get a link for those webinars. So, Mary, do you want to, I don't know if you have anything else, but otherwise you can wrap it up for us.
Yeah, I was just going to remind everyone that a great way to keep track of everything we have going on is to follow our page on LinkedIn, Chemical Engineering Magazine. We're posting articles there, reminders about webinars. We have new videos, new podcasts. Our podcast is listed on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the Chemical Engineering Podcast. So definitely subscribe to that to see all the interviews and discussions that we have going on over there. And we also have pages on Twitter and X and Facebook. So follow us on social, and we have a number of e-newsletters that really keep you up to date on all the topics. And we'll be back next month with an editorial roundup video for our October issue.
All right. Thanks, everyone.